right, so we're going to videotape this because I've got Rachel who's really sick, and so I want to make sure she can get this when she's feeling better, because what we're about to do is really important with the next step. But did you feel better about this? What is the +1? Presentation. Okay, so this is a quick self-check to know if you need to study this and go over it before you teach it to your students. Remember, you'll need more than just the words, you'll need the examples, but you will have the chart there with you to guide you through. I think you'll be just fine with that, but again, I don't want you to wing it. Okay? Are we good? Was that a good refresher for you? Okay. All right, so what we're going to do now is get into this packet right here. All right, and we're going to close the door on that last chapter, so session 2, closing that door, and opening session 3 because of the fact that we don't have class on Thursday. I need to start early. Okay? So, you are keeping a gratitude journal, but your gratitude journal is different than the gratitude journal that the students are going to keep. The students are going to keep a journal that is based on 6th trait writing. Okay? The nice thing about it is they can come up with a different topic every day. They're thankful for their mom or their grandma's cookies, or they're thankful for their best friend or the new playground equipment. They're thankful for the basket that they made in PE. Okay? So they don't have to find a resource to write about this each day. And they can back it up with reasons without having to go find that source. Okay? So it's a good way to get right to the 6 traits. So you'll understand that more as we go through this. So I like to get my procedures in place and get at least a month or so down before I get into gratitude journals. But once I do, I introduce 6 trait writing to them, make sure that they're getting that, and then I also introduce gratitude to them. Okay? And once I do that, and again, this is not for next week, this is for the week after. Okay? All right. So once we do that, I do things like I show them video clips and I read them stories and I talk about it. I do the color example. And the neat thing about 5th graders, when you do the color example, they'll be like, whoa, it's kind of fun. So they get really excited about that kind of thing. So come up with whatever you'd like to do to get them going on gratitude. And then we get into the journals. Now, what I'm going to do is start with a low level. I'm going to start with a kindergarten level and work our way up to middle school level so you can see the scaffolding. I put a lot of my heart and soul in this, and this is something that has really helped a lot of people understand writing in a very simple way. I like to take complicated things and make them simple. So that's what we're going to do with this. And I want to say also it's very important that you know this, because already I've got some of you saying that you've got practicum students who are on a kindergarten or 1st grade level. So it's good for you to see what you can do so you can differentiate right to their level for their journal. By the way, the journal can be something like what I provided for you. It can be a composition book, a spiral, whatever you want to put together. And make sure they have lines that they can write on. You don't need this for next week, but lines that they can write on, and make sure they're not college lines, but more of the larger space. Okay? All right. So once you've talked to them about gratitude, then let's get to this. Transition options. So with kindergartners who are learning that alphabet, you can ask the kids, what are you thankful for with the letter F? If F is the letter that we're working on right now, what are you thankful for? So who can read some of the examples we've got? Kira, thank you.
Frogs, french fries, Ferris wheels, fingers, flies, flowers, friends, flags, flashlights, fish.
Okay, thank you. So the teacher will write this on the board correctly, and then the students can transfer this onto their journal. So imagine that their journal is pre-made by the teacher with the dotted lines, and they can just transfer that word right into the blank. All right, as the year goes on, and remember, different kindergarten teachers are different. Some will have their kids learn to read that year, and some won't. So I just have to start somewhere with this, so this is how I'm starting, but I know that you may have a classroom that can do more, and that's great, but just go with it, okay? So maybe later they can transfer the whole sentence or write the whole sentence on their own. Today I'm thankful for fish. But we want to have a nice variety for them to choose from on the board, okay? And then you can really hone in on things like spelling and handwriting. All right, next we go to the next level, and in that next level we have February 15th, 2006. So we're writing the date, so this would be putting some grammar in, and that would be your mechanics and conventions. Addressing that because we've got a capital letter, we've got to spell February correctly, put the comma in the correct place, and do that. Then we have, today I'm thankful for fish because they make good pets. So we have a topic sentence and we're backing it up with a reason. Okay, so we're just getting them going on topic and reason. Again, by the end of the year they should be, or before that they should be able to do more. Next we have, the date includes the day of the week, plus the month of the year, plus the year. And this seems like it should be really easy, but it is not really easy for students. It's very good for them to have this over and over again so that they can get better at it, you know, if they need to practice it. Sometimes, you know, you think about this, NFL players, do they throw that football? Do they practice? Do they have a practice? And they throw that football. Do they know how to throw the football? But they keep throwing that football every day so they stay good at it. Okay, so sometimes when you have something that your students need to do over and over again, I like to use that example because it is true. Sometimes we know how to do something, we just need to keep doing it. Okay, so we point out the capitalization, the spelling, the comma placement, and we're also indenting here. We have a topic, today I'm thankful for fish. Now we're going to back it up with 3 reasons. They make great pets, some fish are pretty colors, fish are even good to eat. Bam. Okay? We don't have the conclusion yet, but sometimes that can be overwhelming. So we'll put that on with the next one. Everything's the same, but we have the conclusion now. These are the reasons why I'm thankful for fish. Hopefully your second graders could do the intermediate list. This is where a lot of you will start, the intermediate list. Okay? But hopefully you'll get them to this next one. This is what's ideal. This is our goal. I'll tell you what, we're going to have the teachers, they're going to measure the before and after with the gratitude journals and the 6 trait writing, and they're going to do a before and after on every student, and you're going to do a before and after on all your students. We've done this for 8 semesters, and every semester we don't see a little bit of growth, we see a huge amount of growth with the students. Not just my teacher candidates saying that, but the teachers too. So this is exciting to have this. Some kids won't move, and that's just their prerogative. You can do everything you can, but not all students are going to take your advice. Okay, so that's not a reflection on you if they don't grow, it's just the kiddo. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, right? You can try, but you can't always do it. So all I want from you is the try, okay? So this is ideal. The Advanced Intermediate Gratitude Journal. Monday, February 15th, 2006, we indent. Instead of a boring topic sentence, we have a jazzy topic sentence. Fish are an important part of our world. Now, we have, first of all, they make great pets. In addition, some fish are beautiful colors. To top it off, fish are even delicious to eat. These are the reasons why I'm thankful for fish. So, we have a better topic sentence because they have a grasp of topic sentences now. We have transition phrases, sequence words like first of all, in addition, to top it off, to help it flow. We also have some adjectives, beautiful and delicious. So these are some things we can have our students start doing. And then finally, and you will have students who can get to this, even in intermediate grades, but show them this because they will get there faster if they can have this example. Fish are swimming with benefits. Isn't that a nice, clever topic sentence? For starters, as pets, they provide hours of entertainment and responsibility for children. Also, with their vivid colors and unique shapes, fish are often the focus of attention for both divers and aquariums. In conclusion, my favorite aspect of fish is their delicious contribution to dinner tables around the world. You just can't beat a crispy fried basket of catfish. In my opinion, fish are a valuable resource to all. So you can see how we went from I am thankful for fish all the way to this. What you see here is you have wonderful transitions, you have great examples, and did you hear some voice in there? We added some voice in there. It's a little bit longer because we are adding more and fortifying our reasons with some examples. Okay, writing becomes a lot more fun for the students when they can do this. All right. Questions about this? So you see all the 6 traits represented? Okay. So what you can do now is you can go back to your students and think, where do they need to begin? Where do I think this student needs to begin? And just meet them where they are. You don't want to compare them to everyone else. Compare them to themselves. We want them to grow. And what's a beautiful thing is when you can have a before and an after and show your student after a month or two, show them their progress. Show them, look at your first entry. Now look at this. Isn't this great? Now, of course, you're not going to be with these kids as long, so you won't be able to do that, but we will see some progress. Okay? All right. Questions? Yes?
We have 2 students that are 2 students are on completely different levels. Can we start them off at different places?
Yes.
Okay.
I would show them the intermediate example because it's simplified, and then if that's where it is, like for you too, and then you can challenge the one who's higher to add those other things but get that base going, and then the other, if you need to modify it, you could even write out a different sentence for them. Okay. All right. So if you turn the page, we have gratitude journal ideas. Kids become really good at this, but if you need ideas, there they are. This is old. It's 2007, I believe, when I typed this, but you'll see that a VCR is something they might be thankful for. Well, you might want to scratch that out and put DVD or something else. But kids, they start coming in like, I know what I'm going to write about today, and it's fun when you have that. Also, you can have them use a brainstorm list. They can go back to the list that you're doing next week and get an idea from there. And they can even develop their idea to come up with their 3 reasons with just a simple brainstorm like this that just has that topic in the middle. Okay? I remember one day a girl, she was new, and she wasn't in on the synergy yet, and she was a middle school girl, and she kind of had the tough girl look, okay? But that's okay. I love them all. And she said, I don't have anything to write about. And I said, well, did you take a shower today? Yeah. Was the water warm? Yeah. Was there shampoo in there for you? Yeah. Is there soap? Yeah. Was there a nice towel for you after you got out of the shower? Yeah. And then she got it. But the funny thing was, we had another new student a couple months later, and they said they didn't know what to write about. And the kids just don't do that. There's kind of a respect that happens when you've had them, and they just don't do that to you. But the new ones might try it, like, I don't know what to write. Okay, chip on the shoulder. You will not get that from your regular kids. But then the girl that I was talking about said to the new girl, did you take a shower this morning? And she went through it. So it was great because we won her over, and she was a part of it, and she realized that she's part of the family. Occasionally, I'll have someone say that they don't know what to write about, and they don't do it very often, but I'll play along, and I'll say, hey, can I see your pencil? And then I give them a crayon. And then trying to write in crayon on notebook paper is not easy, okay? Or I might take their chair. And I do it in a fun way, not in a mean way. I just do it, and then they're like trying to write with their pencil, but standing or on their knees, and they're like, okay, I'm thankful for chairs because, I'm thankful for pencils because. So, and a lot of times kids are thankful for what's happening in their life at that time. They're thankful for Kleenexes when they have that cold, or they're thankful for hoodies when it's cold outside, or, of course, I'm in that mode now. They're thankful for all that fun stuff. Okay. Turning the page, we are going to have conferences with your students eventually where you meet with each student individually and you tell them, okay, here's your journal, you're doing these things you're really well, and here's a goal for you to work on this. And so that way you're giving them a custom plan for their writing, and then we hope that they can get to the next level. But in between that time, when you have a class of 25 kids, you can't get to everyone at once. So I like to give them this self-grade sheet so they can ask themselves, did I, indent, did I put a comma here? Did I do this or that or the other? And I have them put a plus if they do it every time, a check if they do it most of the time, and a minus if they need to work on it. And then they give themselves a grade for that month, and they're usually pretty hard on themselves. Like, They just are. And there's one leaf at the bottom of this page. That's the easier set of items. And if you turn the page, it's a little bit more advanced. But they don't seem to notice. I try to keep things kind of on the down low when someone has a more advanced list. So I try to have everything look alike if possible, but it doesn't work every time. Okay? So this has a little bit more to it where we're pushing them to do a little bit more. If you turn, I have some different things here that you would use for a student who's more advanced. That's a whole day of instruction, so I'm just going to give this to you. For those of you who might want to use gratitude journals someday with your own students, feel free to get in touch with me and we can talk about that. Okay? But these are just some resources for you. The next is the attitude of gratitude. What this is our first 5-paragraph paper. Don't you feel so excited about teaching your students about how to write a 5-paragraph paper? Yeah! Okay. Well, guess what? This is actually kind of cool. After the students have written in their journal for about a month and a half, I have them choose their 3 favorite entries. They mark them with a Post-it. Then I tell them we're going to write a paper for Thanksgiving of 3 things that you're thankful for, and they'll be the 3 that you chose, and we're just going to take each paragraph and rewrite it into your paper. So if it's a 5-paragraph paper, we have the introduction, and then that first thing they chose, the second thing they chose, the third thing they chose, and then conclusion. And the bulk of the work has already been done. Basically, all they have to do is go back to the first sentence. Instead of today I'm thankful for fish, they would say fish are amazing. Okay, they just change it so it makes sense. And in their introduction they would say something like, I don't know about you, but this Thanksgiving I'm thankful for many things. I'm thankful for fish, my friends, and my dog Barney. Okay, and then they'll have that paragraph about fish, a paragraph about friends, and a paragraph about friend Barney. Then they would end with, as you can see, I have many things to be thankful for this year. My fish, my friends, and my dog Barney are so special to me. What are you thankful for this year? And they have a 5-paragraph paper. So I would recommend the first time you do this to do it like this. And so you isolate those skills and then you put them together and voila. Then when they do an actual 5-paragraph paper later, they understand the structure of it. You're welcome. Okay. We turn that. The 6th-trait writing investigation, kind of wanted to work backwards on this. So I took a paper someone wrote that has 5 paragraphs. And I have 2 purposes for this. One, I have them find all the things that I just talked about that I want them to do in a paper. So I have them find the topic. They find the 3 subtopics. Fish, what was it? Friends and
Barney.
Barney, okay. So that would have been that paper. On this one, it would be family, friends, and Myrtle Beach. Then they keep going and they come up with examples where the person expanded on their topic. So they write those down. That might be the most difficult part. You can guide them through that. But then organization. They write examples of sequence words or phrases. Can you find a sequence word or phrase in the paper? Someone did. Next, then?
Then?
Okay, so you're finding them. All right. Next you can, word choice. Find some adjectives. Can you find some good adjectives that were used? What was it? Spectacular.
Magnificent.
Magnificent. Unforgettable. Good. Soft? What?
No.
Okay. So you're finding them. Do you see how this works? And then examples of voice where they show some personality. Can you find that? Okay. All right. The other thing I have them go back and do is find some punctuation problems so we can kind of get the grammar in there too. So there are a few mistakes in there that they find. But it's kind of a nice way for them to understand it from inside out. Okay? Next, we have some things that I created that I sell on Teachers Pay Teachers, but guess what? You have a lifetime free pass. Anything that I've created is yours forever. Okay, so this is something that can work with 6th grade. So will someone read the directions and the example? Monique, thank you.
Expand the following sentences by adding excellent detail and vivid adjectives. Example, I like pizza. My favorite pizza is thin crusted pepperoni with extra cheese.
Okay, so we've expanded I like pizza to my favorite pizza is, and we told what kind, and we told where we got it from. So if we were going to expand the dog is cute, what could we say about a dog? We could tell what breed, we could tell the name, we could tell what it looks like, and then it's cute. What is it cute doing? We could tell what's cute about it. So let's come up with this together. What kind of dog are we going to talk about?
Cavapoo.
Basset Hound.
Okay, Golden Retriever, Basset Hound, what I hear?
I don't care.
Okay, now what do we want to say? Okay, Golden, I like that because Golden Retriever kind of, you can picture it. The Basset Hound, they're all kind of the same look, aren't they? Brown and white? Is there a different dog that would have different colors that we could describe?
Dalmatian.
Australian Shepherd.
What?
Australian Shepherd.
Australian Shepherd. What color are they?
Oh, they come in brown, black, and white. They can come in blue, gray, and white. They can come in, well, we call it red, but it's kind of blondish color.
Okay, okay. So we can say what kind of dog or how about my, or we say, what do you have?
A Cavapoo.
Okay.
Half Cavalier, half Poodle. We could just
Okay,
do
we want to, let's get a little bit more basic.
Beagle.
Beagle.
Okay. Okay. Alex is Cavapoo.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Now we need to decide. Are we going to say his name?
Sure.
What is it?
Maverick.
Maverick. E-R-I-C.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Alex is Cavapoo Maverick. Now what's he cute when he does what?
He was licking out the ice cream.
What?
He was eating ice cream.
Okay. Alex's Cavapoo Maverick is cute when he eats ice cream.
Okay, licks off an ice cream cone.
Okay, let's say what kind.
Mhm.
Chocolate.
Okay.
Oh,
What do you-
Dogs
Oh,
can't
can't
eat
have chocolate.
Okay. That's right.
Vanilla. Peanut butter.
Does
Peanut
your
butter.
dog eat ice cream?
Oh, he eats anything you put in front of him.
Peanut butter? Okay. What is something that's really cute that he does?
Everything.
The last group had the dog chasing its tail fiercely. Or what? Okay, it was cute when it fiercely chases its.
He's cute when he does a high five.
Okay, and
with
they
his
put
paw.
the cute, like fluffy white tail. So they put some more. Okay, so you said what? High five.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Alex's Cavapoo Maverick is.
So adorable.
Oh, adorable is good. Is adorable when, and I always ask the kids how to spell things, even though I know how to usually, not always, just to kind of have them thinking about it too, okay? When, what are we doing?
He raises his paw for a high five.
Okay, what color is his paw?
Oh,
Black,
light,
brown, white?
light brown.
Okay, so that's, yeah. Is it fuzzy?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we say that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, or fluffy?
Yeah. Fluffy.
Okay.
Sure.
When he raises.
His tiny, fuzzy paw.
Oh,
Ooh, tiny.
yeah, that's true. He is
Tiny?
tiny.
That's Jacob.
well,
He was just
His paw,
didn't want to say
not his
mom.
belly.
Not even pathetic.
Okay. If you have two words like fluffy, tiny, which sounds like a double positive, but you need to put a comma. If you have two adjectives together, you have a comma. But I think it would be too much if we did that. So let's have someone read the first sentence and then pause and then read the second sentence, and we can hear the difference. You read it for us, Kaylee?
The dog is cute. Alex's Cavapoo Maverick is adorable when he raises his tiny paw for a high five.
So So much better. Was that painful? Was it very hard to do? I don't know why teachers are so afraid of writing. You just break it up and do it like this. So doesn't that look very young and undeveloped? Yet this is so developed. So we can name it, we can tell details about it. Now, you know when students write a paper and they like write really big so they can get the whole page, or you know, they put a bunch of fluff in there, but that's not a bunch of fluff. This is good stuff. And it makes the paper longer, faster, and it's just more interesting. They're more proud of it to read, and you'll enjoy it more. Okay? So, let's try the next one. What could you do with Jace is smart? What could we say about Jace? We could call him what?
My friend.
My friend Jace. Okay, good. My friend Jace, would we just say my friend Jace is smart?
Is brilliant.
Okay, brilliant's a good word. Should we say what he's brilliant at? Like, where, in what area is he brilliant? Okay.
Although
So
everyone
not,
says
I like
math.
how you said math and then trigonometry. So he's
Incredibly
brilliant at
intelligent as
trigonometry.
he easily
Do y'all see how that worked
calculates
out?
math skills.
More specific. And can't you picture it more when you have the details? Yes, you can. How about, let's try number 6. The weather is good.
The weather outside is a
Explain it,
cold
Josh.
chill with the warm sun beating down on my face, which makes my heart delighted to know that God is good. Write that down.
Nice. Very nice. Very good.
Wow.
I think he gets it.
It's
I wanna
sweater
show
weather.
you-
It's sweater weather.
When you look at the bottom, you'll see for easy grading, I've asked for the students to have 4 new details per sentence. They rewrite it. They still need to care about the spelling and the punctuation. So if they have it, they get all 5 points. All right? And then you can just decide, and then it makes it easy for you to grade. Yes, you got to give yourself little shortcuts. Okay, the next page is just like Encyclopedia Explorer, but they give 6 facts. And so I don't need to explain that. You know about that. If you turn the page, the next one is just like DOL. You know that, so you can turn that. And the next one is about voice, how to develop voice. Could I get someone to read that instruction? Thank you, Palmer.
Tell whether or not each sentence has good voice. Correct the sentences that do not have voice by adding captions to their sentences. Label Y for yes and N for no.
Okay, we read sentence 1.
Bananas are the best fruit ever. They are sweet, healthy, and just plain delicious.
So what would you put next to that one?
Yes.
Okay. Sentence 2, Palmer.
I will eat the apple that is in the round fruit basket.
Okay, now we have to remember we're doing voice, not adjectives. Adjectives can help with voice, right? But last hour I had someone kind of use both, which was awesome. It was like overachieving. They're like, I can't wait to eat that scrumptious red apple in the braided basket. You know, it was awesome. But it does make it more exciting when you have the details. Who can jazz up this sentence for it? Or not jazz it up, but put some voice into it. I will eat the apple that is in the round fruit basket.
I can't.
Okay, go ahead.
I can't wait to snack on the apple that is in my favorite round fruit.
Okay, that's good. I like it. I can't wait. Okay, what else?
I will eat the apple over yonder in the round fruit basket. Middle English.
I know. Are you going to the Renaissance Festival up in Casey Bonner?
Oh, you know.
Okay, so you can see down below, you circle for easy grading. If you turn the page, then you have something similar to what we did with the dog is cute, but it's a story. And so you could tell, like, instead of the dog walked down the road, you could say the little golden retriever strutted down the leaf-covered road. So we're kind of putting it all together, and we kind of tell a story. It got hungry, so instead of it, we could say he, or if we want to name him, we could do that. He became famished, so he searched for a juicy bone in the dumpster behind Longhorn Steakhouse. Okay, so you get the idea, all right? And again, easy to grade. Now, these activities that I just showed you, you can use with your practicum students. You have some choices. You can take one of those and use it when you come up with your writing lesson, you're going to take one of the 6 traits and develop a lesson. Don't worry, I'm going to demonstrate that for you. You can look forward to that on Tuesday. You will be my students, I'll be your teacher. I'll hand you the lesson plan, and I'll hand you the completed lesson plan as if I was turning it into you. And then I'll go through it and do the whole lesson from A to Z so you can see what I'm talking about, of what I need from you. And then you will choose one of the 6 traits to use with your students, and then you develop a lesson around it. So one sheet wouldn't be quite enough, but you could use this in conjunction with what you're doing or expand on it. So if you want to use these sheets with your practicum students during that extra time, you can. Or you can use them as part of a lesson, okay? Don't ever be afraid to do something I do with your students, because number one, you're the lucky ones. You have them first. Next semester, I have the same kids with a whole different set of students. So if you want to use the cookie thief, they've never heard it. But next semester, they might have heard it. See where I'm going with that? Also, I want you to know when you see an idea you like, remember it and use it, because you only have so much time. It's just like anything. You want to beg, borrow, and steal, right? So you can take everything you want from me, okay? All right, that's that. Got my announcements made. What questions do you have?
The summary that you made by today, that's on Canvas, right? Not,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, it's
I
on
wrote it down.
Canvas. And just what did you decide, like what you told me today about your student? What did you decide about them just based on that time together? And also, like, how will that help you decide what to do next with your students? Okay? I will see you in classroom management.